Hello and welcome to Wellness Shots with Jewel. I'm streaming this Wellness Shots with Jewel on every Wednesday and Friday in my new Facebook group that is called Plant Superpowers. Welcome everyone. Set aside this 20 minutes. Today I have a wonderful guest with us, Meg Donahue. Hello, Meg.
Hi, Jewel. How are you? Great to
I'm
see
doing
you.
great. I love the color on you.
Thank
It
you. Thank you.
fits you. Very nice. Um, so I just want you to share a little bit about yourself with our viewers.
Sure.
What a wonderful person you are and what a great business you have.
My name is Meg Donahue, and I am the co-founder of a plant-based meal delivery company called MamaSezz. And we deliver whole food plant-based meals direct to customer all over the country. And briefly, our story started like a lot of people where we had a health concern and a health crisis. My mom was in hospice care, and we discovered whole food plant-based eating. She was 80 years old, heart had failed, kidneys were failing, and I brought her home. And it was really a last ditch effort to what can we do? And so I followed T. Colin Campbell and Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn's work, discovered it, and then followed it to the T. And she started to get better. And then, she was 80 at the time. She's going to be 90 this year. And she's in great health. She's here with us. We're in quarantine in Vermont. She's here with us. She has her exercise program up and down the driveway. And so what happened is we realized this is phenomenal. How do we not know it? And we had a background in food. And so we said, let's make this food super accessible at a great price, but make it whole food plant-based, because there was a lot of, what we realized is there's a lot of vegan food, which is great, but not all of it's healthy, which is not great. And so if you're looking for that, like that rocket fuel and energy and a diet to mitigate a lot of the health problems that we see, we realized whole food plant-based is the way to go. It worked for us, so many of our friends. And then, we haven't stopped since, and we've been going like mad during this crisis to meet all the needs and to do as much as we can for our community and our employees.
This is great. And you have a wonderful product. So I'm wondering, during this pandemic, how is your business going right now?
Business is, it's a really fascinating challenge, because I have children who were in school and now they're not in school, and we're in quarantine. I live in New England, and we quarantined. And so a couple things happened. One, we were so glad from the beginning when we started, we brought in a food lab to make sure that we had a pristine plant. I mean, we never talked about it because it was not warm and fuzzy and wasn't that popular to have people like in white suits and having to go through clean rooms to do your cooking, but we've always operated that way. And so we added some additional things, but you really could never get into our facility unless you had gone through a clean room and every single item went into a clean room before it got into our facility. And that means it was sterilized. And now we've added a temperature check. And this is really for the benefit of our employees. We're trying to mitigate their risk. And so we give them a temperature check. And business is busy. It's a little bit of a wild west, because suppliers are, you thought you were getting your produce here and then something happened. And so a lot of our time that's the challenge that we have is keeping up with demand and then making sure that we get the products for people. And then number one, keeping our employees healthy. And so one of the things that we did early on is we said, okay, everybody gets free food from us, of course. And then we also added, because going to the store became a risk for people, is that because we can procure a lot of produce and a lot of products, including toilet paper, as a large company, for every employee, we have a box every week of all the essentials that you would need, almond milk, juice, flour, toilet paper, all of the things that they would need, fresh fruit, fresh veggies, in addition to our own products, so that they, one, get an extra boost. They don't have to pay for it. And they're healthy. And so they don't have to go out, or they don't have to go out as much. And so those are some of the things that we've been doing. We've been donating tons of food. We've always donated, but we stepped it up and added a program where for every bundle that we sell, we donate a meal. And it really, and we've donated thousands of meals. It matters. There's, the normal supply chains for places are interrupted. And that, food scarcity is like the number one, maybe not the number one, but it is a base level, something that you want to take care of, because, when people don't have food, so many bad things then happen. Theft goes up, illness goes up, despair goes up, all of those things. And especially people with children, there's nothing I can imagine worse as a parent than not being able to feed your children decent food. So we make as much as available as we can in our community, which is extending into New England down through Western Mass and into the Boston area.
You're doing so many great things. So you donating from every time someone buys your product, some portion gets donated, and you're donating some meals. Who are you donating them to? Yeah,
we have several food banks in the area that we work with, and some in Western Mass. We work with some of our local distributors, and they have, so in their area, they can donate food to that area. So that if you're in Western Mass, say Northampton area, and you buy one of our bundles, then you know that you're contributing to somebody in that area being fed. And so that's how we've set it up. And then we had always had in place that system. Another thing we didn't talk much about is that any extra that we had, we always donated. I'd much rather see somebody get it than it go to waste. And it's great to have, a lot of times in food banks, there's food that has a long shelf life, but isn't necessarily super healthy. It gives you some nutrition, but it has a lot of preservatives in it. So we love that we can offer all this great, delicious food for folks for free.
Awesome. And when you tell us more about what food are people getting? Like, how is your meals delivered? Are they in containers? Are they cold? Do you have ice?
It's really interesting that what has happened during this time. Again, because we were germ freaks from the beginning, we packaged our food, and we had one customer say it's kind of like space packaging, and which a little bit hurt my feelings at the time. But we are so, it's hermetically sealed, always has been. And so you get it prepared in a multi-serving package, whether it be a stack pack, people are familiar with stack packaging, so coffee comes in them and things like that. But a lot of our products come like that, our chili, our soups, and our lasagna. And then we have it in trays, and it's the same type of sealing where it's very secure. But I used to kind of be like, because people would be like, this feels really overdone. But now I'm glad we've always done it that way. And so your food is clean and it's safe. And it's really hearty food. We're center of your plate food. So all you have to do, like we have like this great lazy lasagna. It's all plant-based, of course, whole food plant-based. And then you can steam spinach, and you can put steamed spinach over it. And one of the things that we've done also is we decided people are having trouble going and getting some fresh produce. And so we added, because again, we can work with different suppliers, we added this, massive, it's like this big, like the size of a pillow bag of spinach, fresh spinach, triple wash sealed to every bundle for free. And it's like an $8-10 value. We'll do that. And then the next, whatever we can source, that's great, that we think people will like, we'll be putting in for free in the bundles, so they don't have to make that one extra trip. But so our food, to answer your question, we have veggie burgers, which are great, veggie sausage. We have a really new, yummy quinoa flatbread with, which is just delicious. You can toast it or use it. We use it for sandwiches, from ricotta, like a ricotta cheese bake that we worked out with Dr. Weiss. I don't know if you know Dr. Ron Weiss down in New Jersey, who is a phenomenal doctor and right on the front lines, but we had worked out a recipe with him, and that's one of his. So basically they're hearty meals that everyone in the family will like, whether, it's your kids who might be picky, or if you're not accustomed to eating this way, or maybe say your wife or your husband doesn't like this. It's great entry level food. And for people who are experienced eating this way, it's awesome, because you don't have to, the bulk of the work is done. All the hard stuff is done, and you just heat and eat it, open it up and eat it.
Is your food sauce free, salt, oil, sugar free, all of it? Or
not all of it. Yeah. Some of it is, because and it was an interesting decision, but we we knew that some people, we wanted everyone, our mission is to heal the planet and the world. And so you want to meet people where we can. There are no preservatives, no processed sugar, low sodium, all of our meals. And then we have some that are SOS. So no salt, no oil, no sugar. All of our food has no oil, and it's all gluten-free. So what we decided is we'll make the specialty bundles. We'll make it really clear. This is absolutely no salt, no oil, no processed sugars. And then for the rest of our food, they always have had no oil and no processed sugars, but they have some sodium in them. Very limited. It's really small for, anybody who's on a normal diet. They always like, it needs salt. Put it on.
Do you use a regular salt, or what kind of salt do you use?
Yeah, we use I don't know exactly the brand, but we don't use like the regular table salt. We use sea salt. And so, yeah.
Okay, great. And another question I think will be useful to know, how long does it take, especially now during these times, how long does it take from the time that you place an order to the time that you see the meals at your door?
Sure, we're really happy with this. We have we've worked with FedEx, and we also work with local distributors to get everything to FedEx in a really timely way, because all of our food comes to you. It comes in a cooler box that in 2 days. So from when we ship it to you, the maximum is 2 days that it will get to you. So, and we ship every Wednesday, so it'll get to you Thursday or Friday of every week. And so as long as you order by Sunday, we'll have your order in. We make everything fresh. So we're not like pulling from a cooler and then giving you your food. Everything is made fresh. And then on Wednesday it ships, it gets to you Thursday or Friday. And it comes in a box with, ice packs and liners, and also a return label, because right now that's another thing that's different. We've always done this, but it just happens to be super helpful right now, is we have a return label with our packaging. So you don't have to worry about, how am I going to recycle these ice packs? What am I going to do with this packaging in this box? You just put the return label on, FedEx will come pick it up. So it just makes it super simple for people, always has. And so that system is in place. It's not like something new we added, but it's just another benefit of something that we had set in place that's really working well for people right now.
That's incredible. So again, if I'm gonna place an order, I should place it before Sunday. So if I place it
or on Sunday,
Sunday, by the end of Sunday.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday is the order is getting shipped, and I'm getting my order on Thursday or Friday, right?
Exactly. Yep.
And what are your bundles? How long do they last?
Yeah, that's a great question. So because, this was a part of the reason of why you want a pristine facility, because no bugs can, microbes, we call them bugs, but they're just microbes. They're in all food. But the more you can minimize that, the longer your food will stay fresh. And so our food has a 2-week shelf life, unopened, in your fridge. Or you can put it in your freezer. Freezer's great, except for the cornbread, which is meh. But it will freeze for up to 3 months, sometimes 4 months, is fine. And so you can keep it in your fridge for 2 weeks, which is great, because we also give a meal plan with every bundle, which is just suggested, because sometimes it's a little, especially now, overwhelming. Like, so many people I've been reading on Facebook are like, oh my God, I've cooked like 90,000 meals in the last, and because you have kids and everyone's there for every meal and they all want to, so it makes it super easy. It's a meal plan in there. So it just says breakfast this, lunch this, dinner this. This is how you put it all together. But there's no cooking involved. It's just, suggestions. Have our chili with the cornbread, so that kind of suggestion. And it's a nice meal plan you can follow or not. And you just put it right in your fridge, take it out, open it, heat it, serve it. Dinner done. And I eat MamaSezz every single day. Every day.
You're lucky right there.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Yeah, that's true. I'm super lucky, but I have, I'm super busy, and I have my mom here. I still cook her dinner every night, and my kids are here, and, my partner's here. So we're all like, we all need to eat. And I was like, thank goodness. And that was part of the reason we started the company, because when I first started doing it, I was like, oh my God, I'm just like chopping and cooking. And I love the results, but I was tired, and I had I wasn't like, I love to cook. I like it. We have way better chefs than me developing our recipes, So that was part of my impetus. I looked for a company that could give us this quality of food, because that was key. Because I knew that the health, the impact that it had on my mom's health, my immune system, and the impact on my family's health was because it was a whole food, plant-based, and it was sourced really properly. So I couldn't find a company that did that. There are meal kit companies that give you like a recipe and a bunch of groceries, and I was like, that's still a lot of work for me. And then there are other companies that were frozen, and which again has a place. I love the people in this space. They're doing great things. But our model is just different in that I wanted it to be not like little TV dinners that everyone got, but that it was much more of a communal family experience. Even if you were alone, that you had like this real food on your plate, and it wasn't something that was just kind of like a specialty meal. It was real food on your plate, just got integrated into your kitchen and your refrigerator and your pantry like a normal food. Let's just normalize it, because it really should be a no-brainer. Eating real food, you're going to do better.
And you have such a great food. I tasted it at the conference, NHA conference. I remember that beet.
Oh, yeah.
Something about beets, but it was so good.
So good. That's, that product we developed with Dr. Jamie Delaney, who's a cardiologist down in Florida. A lot of people must know her. She has a great podcast as well. And she is an Ironman athlete. And she said, I need a product for recovery and for pre-event. And so what can we do with beets? And so we developed it's a line of 3 beet products, and you can eat them as a side dish, or you can put it into a smoothie, which is how I prefer it. And, I'm not like a huge beet fan. And I absolutely love it, because the way that we have it, we mix it with blueberries, we mix it with chia seeds and lemon. So it's a yummy, yummy tasting product, but also in a smoothie, it's just like rocket fuel. You can tell I had some this morning because I'm all fired up. But so every morning I have a beet smoothie, and, beets, we all know it's great for your immune system. It's great for your heart. It's great for your brain. And right now, I don't know if anybody else is noticing this, but I'll have times where, it's so immense what's happening. It's so overwhelming. And to think that it doesn't impact you, I think you'd have to be, I don't know, either like a saint or crazy. And so there are times when I get emotionally tired and kind of worn down by it, because it's just, it's constant. And then I'll do something. And it doesn't have to be our food, but I'll have a smoothie, or I'll just take a breath, or I'll, go for a little bit of a walk, and my body is healthy, thank goodness. And it allows me to have then a healthy mind. So by taking care of my body, which my mind can override, and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm actually not physically tired. I'm emotionally tired. Thank goodness my immune system is strong right now. My body is healthy, that I can remind myself, and I go do, move a muscle, change a thought is one of the things that we say. So, that's part of what we've been working on with our team, and then, our whole community as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all this information. So if you order a bundle for, like, let's say 4 people or 2 people, my family is a family of 4. Mm-hmm. How long will it last me? Like, if we eat it every day, is it like for 5 days? Is it for a week, or?
Yeah, our average bundle is 21 to 28 meals. And so those are single meals. So, if you're a single person, then that would be 7 days, 3 meals a week. But actually what ends up happening is people don't sit down and eat. Some do. Some people, this is all they eat. But most people, they integrate it with other things. And so for a family of 4, our family bundle is a great choice, because you're interspersing MamaSezz meals, and they're really they're the time savers. If there was a better word than hamburger helper, because it's not exactly hamburger helper, but it's that way to stretch what you have and to save you time having to make the multi-ingredient products, like a great veggie burger, like a great, lasagna, like a great, ricotta bake, like we make a great brownie. We call it a breakfast bar. It's high protein, but it tastes like a brownie to me. So we do all the heavy lifting. And so for a family, you'd integrate it into, maybe you'd eat it twice a day, you'd have pieces of it. And that's what the normal trajectory. But if you were to straight out eat it, one person for 21 meals, 7 days a week, you could do that.
Wonderful. So we are almost at the end of our time, and I just want to share where our viewers can find you. And I know you're already so generous, and you giving so much, and you donating so much. And I'm still just gonna ask you if there is, during this time, if there is any promo code you have for our viewers.
Absolutely. So you can find us at MamaSezz, MamaSezz. And a way to remember it is like, do like your mama says. Eat your fruits and veggies, go outside and play. And that's where we came with it. It's kind of a cheeky way of like, just, don't make it complicated. So it's MamaSezz.com. And you can get I think it's a $20 off with the code MEALS, MEALS, on any of our bundles. We're also adding, and I think next week we were adding spinach. We might be doing that next week, but you'll definitely get some additional something awesome in your package on top of that. That's our goal, is to give some, brighten somebody's day. But Meals gives you $20 off any of our bundles, and order by Sunday and you'll get it. You'll have it this week.
This is amazing. Great. I know that I sent one of your bundles to a friend of mine who was in labor, and that was very helpful. And I think it's such a great gift, especially during this time when we can't see each other, and just be like this gesture of ordering something for your mom, because some people don't even see the parents right now. And you can't send the flowers because that's not an essential business right now, but you can make someone healthy and happy with a bundle of MamaSezz.
That's so, thank you. And we get beautiful emails from our customers, and this one in particular, my co-founder and I read it, and it's just one of those ones that just made me bawl. And, I'm not like a super easy crier, but it was a woman. She was a customer, and her dad and mom she's in Texas and they live in Pennsylvania, and her mom has Alzheimer's, and her dad's caring for her and compromised immune systems. And she sent them one of our bundles, and she was afraid. She asked, she had contacted me, and I gave her some advice on what he might like and how to frame it so that he would be easy for him. And she sent me an email, a follow-up, and she said, I just want to thank you. My dad, we loved it. He's 85. It was so easy for him. And, he even emailed her telling her how much he loved it, how easy it was. He was a little freaked out by this pillow-sized bag of spinach. What do I do with it? And so she walked him through it. But that is exactly how a lot of people are doing it now, to take care of parents they can't see, loved ones they can't see, kids they can't necessarily be around, or just friends, another way to break bread. So.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, it's been a pleasure having you on Wellness Shot with Jewel, and this is my wellness shot. It has ginger, turmeric, orange juice, or sometimes grapefruit juice, and some black pepper. And I just want to wish everyone to stay healthy. We're going to get through this time, and thank you for people like you donating, giving out, and really helping everyone in a plant-based community with your meals. Thank you. Thank you for joining me.
For all that you do. I'm delighted to be here, and thanks for all you do. I appreciate it.